Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is April 10th, 2020. My name is Lynn Marquardt, and I'm your host. So grab a project and let's see what we can get done in the next 30 minutes. This is going to be a half timer because I have some masks to deliver. I'm going to finish up 3 masks, and we're going to talk about Rosie the Riveter and why I think she needs to move over for Millie the Mask Maker. It's time. And we'll talk about who Rosie is. I'm sure everyone out there knows, but it's nice to be reminded of history. And then found this book from 1925 called Many Laughs for Many Days by Irvin Cobb. And we'll pick a few of these to read. Got that when I got married from a friend, and I just found it and I thought that might be fun. So, hello. If you have anything that you're working on, send it to lynn@simplycolorful.com. Love to see it. And share it. And like I say, this is going to be only 30 minutes because I have to finish up 3 more masks of the 50 that I have to deliver tonight over to Upton. So check this out. This is 2 days of solid sewing. And thanks to my friend Deb Linehan, she has a business that needed some masks, and she asked me if I could help, and I said I would be happy to. So this is a slightly different pattern too. I know last week we were making masks. I think this is the last week I'll be making masks, just so you know. And let's see, though, before we even begin, let's talk about Rosie the Riveter. So like I say, I want to replace Rosie the Riveter had her time in World War II. We're going to have our time during COVID. So Rosie the Riveter, here, you'll get an image. It was an ad campaign to get women to work in the defense industry. Remember Rosie? And she literally, there are pictures. Hi, Cherish. Hi, thanks for becoming a patron, Cherish. Oops, I used Missouri Star quilt mask pattern. Oh, good. Good, and it was super easy. Excellent. There are a lot of good ones out there. Anyway, Cherish, thanks for becoming a patron. We're going to have our next Zoom session, our open sew session for Simply Colorful patrons tomorrow at 11 a.m. So look in your email for that link. If you haven't gotten it, maybe I have your wrong email. I have the teacher one with a C after the word teacher at AOL. Thank you. So anyway, Rosie the Riveter. Let's go back to Rosie the Riveter. I want to replace her with Millie the Mask Maker because all of us around here are making all of these masks. But just as a reminder, I wanted to read to you what the History Channel says about Rosie. Okay. Come on. So Rosie the Riveter was the star of a campaign aimed at recruiting female workers for defense industries during World War II. She became perhaps the most iconic image of working women. American women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers during the war, as widespread male enlistment left gaping holes in the industrial labor force. Between 1940 and 1945, the female percentage of the U.S. workforce increased from 27% to nearly 37%. And by 1945, nearly 1 out of every 4 married women worked outside the home. Wow. While women during World War II worked in a variety of positions previously closed to them, the aviation industry saw the greatest increase in female workers. More than 310,000 women worked in the U.S. aircraft industry in 1943. Actually, that made up 65% of the industry's total workforce. The munitions industry also heavily recruited women workers, as illustrated by the U.S. government's Rosie the Riveter propaganda campaign. Get this. Did you know, though women who entered the workforce during World War II were crucial to the war effort, their pay continued to lag far behind their male counterparts. Female workers rarely earned more than 50% of male wages. Her prototype, that picture. Oh, Rockwell did an image of her, but it was originally created by Howard Miller for Westinghouse Electric Corporation under the headline, "We Can Do It." Okay. The true identity of Rosie the Riveter has been the subject of considerable debates. For years, the inspiration for the woman in the Westinghouse poster was believed to be Geraldine Hoff Doyle of Michigan, who worked in a Navy machine shop during World War II. Oh, and it goes on. Okay. I want to know where they got the Riveter guns. Huh. Well, Rosie the Riveter, move over, because we have a new foe in town in the form of a virus, and we have some things that are needed for us to go back into society, which are masks. Who was that? And hi, Dawn. Nice to see you. Hi, Carol. Carol, it's so nice to see you on the Open Sews. I look forward to more of our conversations. Just for those of you who are there, yesterday we were talking about Ireland and Belfast, and I look forward to continuing that tomorrow. Okay, so I am doing 3 more of these, and I have to just get to it. Who's out there? Hi, Chris Myers. Aw, happy Friday. And Sue. Sue's out there. Hi. Speaking of choir in Belfast, I'm sorry our Open Sew closed so abruptly on Wednesday. I've upped my Zoom. I've paid for Zoom, so we won't get cut off. Okay. Oh, I wanted to change my thread to red. Red. I hope everyone is doing well, coping with this. Are your days running together? Let's see. Let me get my red. After FiberCast, after I do these three more of these, I'm jumping in the car to deliver them. Oh. Do you know, not that I've been going out much at all, but like when I dropped these off tonight, or I dropped off a quilt earlier last week over to Becky, I get out there on the road and no one else is around, right? And I keep thinking, what if I break down? That is not where our emergency resources need to go right now. So I rush out, I do my errand, and I get back home. And it sure is nice, though, on the roads when you're driving, because there aren't nearly as many people. Okay, now where is my red thread? Okay, hello. Hold that thought. I just have to go get my red thread. Oh, you guys are so good. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, where is my thread? Oh, here it is. Oh, so who is making scrub caps? I hear that's the next thing. Masks are going to be so out tomorrow. Our friend Susan in our local guild, her husband is an ER doctor, And she sent out an SOS yesterday, the day before, asking for those scrub caps. So we're going to have to check that out. I saw Kawartha Quilting up in Canada. They posted a pattern for scrub caps, just FYI. Kawartha, Kawartha. That's where the Gamel came from. They're a great company. If anyone is up there looking for a sewing machine, I'm giving this sewing machine a workout, I have to say. Lint everywhere. And I forgot my leader ender. So I have to take this out. Heavy sigh. So the good news is here on April 10th, I'm in Massachusetts. I hope where you are, the coronavirus has made a very little impact, or the spread has been contained well. In New York City, my understanding is the number of people going into the hospitals is lowered, so that's a good thing. Here in the Boston area, they're saying the surge will come, and in fact, I was telling my quilting sisters that the warehouse, let's get a leader ender. The warehouse that I was working at and that I left in middle of March just because of the coronavirus. I'll go back. They had their first case of COVID yesterday, and they just sent out a notice about a second one. So say a prayer for my friends in the warehouse. And they can't release who it is, and I don't know who it is, due to privacy. So I'm just hoping that they're doing okay and they have a mild case. See, I'm giving my machine a workout. It's even making more noise. It's going to need... I put oil on it, but somewhere in here, I think I'm getting to the point where it needs some grease by the professionals. Remember I bought this down in Rhode Island at Blaine's? They sent out a newsletter saying they will do repairs. You just drop off the machine, I call them, and then I go down, drop it off out front. So I'm hoping next week I might do that, depending on how things go. But again, I hate to be on the street. Hi, Cindy Pratt. Good evening. I hate to be on the street out there driving and potentially using resources that need to go toward fighting the COVID, fighting the coronavirus. So we'll see. It's not like this is my only machine. as Linda Grant would remind me. Oh, this takes hours, these masks. As those of you who have made them know. Oh, I'm glad I switched to red. Red works well on this one. We'll have to show you some of them. I even have, check this out. I have an I Love Lucy. I have 4 of them. Look at this one. Ricky. Can you see Ricky? He's exclaiming to something. Oh. Ethel. Fred and Ethel, right? Where's Lucy? I guess the only one of Lucy is right there. You can see that. Hi, Judy. Hi, Sugar Princess. Did I see that right? I'm so glad you're all out there. Okay. So anyway, that's the I Love Lucy masks. So in the Mother Nature doesn't know what's going on and she never rests news, how are people's gardens doing? Have they started to spring up? Ooh. And oh, Dawn asked, what am I using on the back, cotton or flannel? I'm just using cotton. It's, yep, a white cotton on all of them, a nice white cotton. I've put a piece of wire. So my friend Deb supplied the wire and told me how to do it. There's a piece of wire from the phone company that's in here on the top part. So yes, it's not flannel, but I heard that sometimes they like flannel, don't they? It has to be hot wearing all these masks. If anyone out there is a healthcare worker, thank you. This must be just either the anticipation of not knowing how bad it will be in your area, or if you're in the midst of an outbreak, how overwhelming it must be. I can tell you one thing, I pray for antibodies. I pray that many of us have already had it, and that once they come out with the antibody testing, they can test us and say, with 99% certainty, you're immune. Go live your life. Oh. Hi, Allie. Good morning. Allie, as you may know, is down under, Is that Rosemary? Hello. I should have shown you the first one. Hang on. Okay, so here's a nice stars and stripes one. It opens up. And you can put a filter in the back. Okay. So there's one. We'll finish this one. Oh, we'll finish this one and then we'll read something out of Irvin Cobb's book. Let's see if there was anything funny going on in 1925. The book, for those of you who may have joined a little bit later, the book is titled Many Laughs for Many Days. And it has little humor snippets. I think I heard today that for those of you here in the States, although I don't know, maybe you watch it, Saturday Night Live is going to be back on the air this Saturday. Or they're planning something, so that'll be fun. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are out there. Oh. So this week we had I should bring everyone up to speed. Remember last week we were talking about doing Zoom open sew sessions for Simply Colorful patrons? Well, we did it. We did it twice. We did it Saturday at 11 and then Wednesday at 3 Eastern Standard. And I have to tell you, it is great fun. It's everyone sewing in their studio. I think we had 6 people, maybe 7. So it's not a lot of people. But of course it will be if you join. But it's really fun to talk and see what other people are working on in real time, face to face on the video. So I just wanted to report back that Zoom really worked well for us, and to make you aware of it in case you wanted to join it. All you have to do is become a Simply Colorful patron. So, and you do that by going to www.patreon.com/simplycolorful. And we have another one tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think tomorrow I'm going to move my camera so that it's looking at the long arm, and I think I'll be doing long arm quilting during the open sew session. Because I have a beautiful pineapple quilt here from Kathy that I want to. It's all loaded. I just need to start it. put my glasses on here. Okay, let's finish that. Hi, Carol. Carol says, what is the advantage of having the ties on the sides as opposed to being on the top? Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I know that construction-wise, this is easier and faster. And it allows you to put the wire here in the nose. Let me try this one. But I think in both cases, whether you sew, I think the question is, Carol's asking, what's the advantage of sewing the tie down the side here versus as opposed to you could sew this across the top? Actually, I think the side might give you a bit more leverage to hold it down, but I don't think it matters that much. That's just what this pattern had. Okay. Oh, there we go. What did Cherish say? They can go around the ears, is what Sue says for an answer. Right. This way they can go around and put it on the head. I was joking with my mother. Has anyone noticed that when you do use it and then you put the tie down and you catch yourself in the mirror? Not that I look like a doctor right now, but I thought to myself, ooh, I look like a doctor. But don't get me started, because remember, this whole thing, FiberCast, started by me pretending I was Julia Child and staring at a toaster and thinking that was the camera and I was Julia Child. So I better not continue my doctor fantasy any further. Unless you want an operation. Terrible. Okay, there's two. Those are kind of cool. Oh, we're going to read something. Carol, I'm glad you're out there. Okay, let's read something. And whose hair is growing? Mine is growing and there isn't any color in it, so it's very limp. Okay, so again, this was copyright 1925, and the contents are arranged by topic. So like, there are topics around actors, army, art, babies, baseball, cowboys, dancing, dentists. And I've not looked at this, so this is really going to be, or I glanced at it. This is really, I haven't found one that I really liked. But I thought here under matrimonial topic, so marriage, the topic of marriage, there are 1, 2, 3, there are like 10 different little snippets. So let's just randomly say page 99. If it's long, I won't read it, but if it's short, I will read it. Sue never knew the Julia Child story? You didn't? Yep. I would make chocolate chip cookies in my mom's kitchen, and I would put that, all the toasters way back then were stainless steel. Yeah. Okay. 99. So this is before World War II, right? Okay, this one's not too long, so I have no idea where this is going. This is live TV. Just go with it. It's called The Thoughtful Bridegroom. The East Side couple had just been made one. He was a promising member of the Pearl Button Kids gang. She was one of the belles of the Avenue C younger set. As the pair came forth from under the marriage canopy, the bridegroom, with the air of having just remembered something of importance, halted the beginning of the march to the nearby hall where the wedding reception was to take place. He swung his bride about so that she faced him. She stood with her lips puckered expectantly, but he did not kiss her. He hauled off this four-handed young husband and dealt her a resounding wallop upon the point of the jaw. "This is awful. There," he said, "that's for nothing. Now be careful." That was so bad. I don't even get it. It just doesn't sound good. Hang on. That's ridiculous. Don't leave me yet. Give me another chance. How about something about fishing? Something about fishing. Okay, 127. Jeez. Okay, so this is about fishing, and it's called Barring a Common Nuisance. Somebody, as has been so aptly said, is always taking the joy out of life. In illustration of this regrettable fact, I am reminded of a story which was credited to the late Private John Allen of Mississippi, the wit of the lower house of Congress, in which he served several terms. One summer, Allen and several of his cronies were organizing a fishing expedition to the lake in Mississippi, famous for the size and number of the largemouth black bass it contained. They had arranged for supplies and for transportation and for a camping site, for one darky to do the cooking and for another to mix the mint juleps and the toddies. Oh boy. Remember, this was written in 1925. Now the personnel of the party was being completed. How about asking Davis to go along, suggested one. No, I'm not even going to read this one either because no. This was not a good idea. So if you find an old book that was written back when the world was different, you can read it to yourself, but don't read it out loud. There's got to be one funny thing here that's not inappropriate or offensive. Many laughs for many days. Come on. Let's try one more, and then I promise we've got to go. We've got to finish this, and then we'll be done. A treat for the truant? It's really short. The man who told me about this swore that he saw it printed in the personal column of an Australian newspaper. He said he was sure it had not been inserted there for a joke. He felt convinced that it had been paid for and published in perfect good faith. It was a short thing, this notice that he read, but it stated a case fully. It read as follows. If James Morrison, who 22 years ago basely deserted his helpless, penniless wife and his infant son Michael, will return home, Mike will take pleasure in knocking hell out of him. A treat for the truant. Well, Many Laughs for Many Days by Irvin Cobb. Okay, let's get back to something a lot more innocuous. Let's make another mask, our final mask. Again, this is going to be a shorter FiberCast so I can go deliver these masks. And that seemed to work. I forgot my leader ender, but it seemed okay. Oh, I'm so glad you all are out there. Hi, Pat. Hi, Diana. Toward the end. Woo! I looked up and I veered off. Okay. Oh, I have another one to do. I'm going to start squidgy. Oh, Carol emailed me a picture. Okay, excellent. Thank you for letting me know. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay. Carol Bell. Oh, Carol. Oh, excellent. Carol Bell working on Hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. Hope you are all well. She says, with today being a holiday, oh yes, Good Friday, and happy Passover. With today being a holiday, I've been sewing all day and have managed to get my Winston Ways blocks joined together. Now there is a narrow border to add, then 4 patches all the way around before the final border. What was I thinking in December, starting 2 Bonnie Hunter quilts at the same time? Yours, Carol. Well, because it's spectacular. I want to make that one. That is wonderful. Carol, thank you for sharing that. Look at all your different blues and greens and the yellows that have eyeglasses in them. Wow. You are amazing. Wow. Hi, Deb. Deb says, awesome job on the masks. You must be exhausted. No, I'm not. I will be glad to give them to you, however. Diane, speaking of masks, flannel masks from a nursing home worker. Oh, Diane Ziegler. Excellent. She says, I work in a nursing home. Oh, we have COVID in our nursing home. I tried a flannel mask at home and found them soft, but hotter than cotton. I'm on day 9 of 14-day quarantine for being exposed by a coworker. Was exposed more than 14 days ago. No symptoms so far, so haven't tried it at work yet. Oh, Diane, we are thinking of you. Take care and good luck. And so that's interesting feedback on the flannel. I will read the comments after I hang up. Hi, Brenda Logan. She says, I've been sewing face masks for nurses. I feel useful and not thinking about COVID-19. Life is busy. Thank you for posting this video. Sending hugs and stay well wishes. Oh, that's nice. Brenda, welcome. Oh, well, as I say, next up are scrub caps. In fact, let me pull up a picture of a scrub cap while I still have you. Oh, and I went longer than my half hour, didn't I? Hang on, let me just pull up a scrub cap. Kawartha. So Kawartha Quilting and Sewing in Ontario posted this. Kawartha. They're great. So here's a scrub cap, and they've posted the pattern. I haven't gotten feedback as to how well it fits, and I know Susan Chiavi is working on a pattern, and maybe Jean is making it. So I'll do a little homework, and next week we'll do scrub caps. Okay, so let me finish this up. If anyone has any last minute things they'd like to share, please do. Talk amongst yourselves. Thank goodness, and just be on this holiday, Easter weekend. I know I'm going to try to be thankful and grateful for the good that we have. And Diane, I wish you all the best, and anyone who has been exposed, has had COVID, is worried about getting COVID, we will get through this. If our grandmothers could see us on Easter Sunday, all attending church with our laptop, I'm not sure they would believe it. Well, I know. So between now and next week, think of someone you might not have reached out to in a long time. And maybe do it this next week. Because you never know. And if a pandemic doesn't spawn some action, I don't know what will. And that's more an admonishment for myself, because I'm not good at staying in touch. And I always do feel so good when I do reach out. And I heard from a high school friend today who was my goalie, our goalie, our whole team's goalie. We played soccer. And I spent hours with her just, 20 yards behind me, shouting to me as we played game after game for many years. And it was wonderful to see her. We literally texted each other. So on that note, thank you all for being there. It fills my day, it gives me purpose. I hope that you find your purpose, do what you love. That's what we always say. And next week we'll make scrub caps. Bye, everyone. Happy Easter.